Juventus and Milan tie 0-0. Coming into this game, it was interesting to see how both teams were going to set up. Obviously, they both play similar formations with 3 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 3 attackers. It's really interesting that what Allegri is doing with Pulisic, in my opinion, he's giving him a free roaming role to play anywhere across that forward line. He started with Pulisic and then Santi Jimenez next to him. And Pulisic was roaming all around, picking up the ball on the left, on the right, in the center, driving with the ball. It's really, as someone who, I got Pulisic's jersey back there. As someone who's a fan of Pulisic, it's cool to see him have such a big role for this Milan team and honestly be their most consistent and best player. In terms of Juventus, they've been anything but consistent. That's 5 draws in a row. You could say that that's consistent, but at the end of the day, you have to win one of those games. You can't just draw every single match. But I thought in the first half, Juventus came out playing very well. They were by far the best team in the first half. They had most of the possession. Milan couldn't really do anything or break them down. They had a handful of chances, mainly because of Pulisic and Santi Jimenez, like individual brilliance from them too. Every time Milan would try to attack, Juventus was set up very well. It was very hard to break them down, and that was all on them having most of the possession. With that possession, they didn't create the most chances. I think the first 10-15 minutes is when they had their best chances. Kalulu was doing some damage on that right wing back position. Yildiz was picking up the ball in good positions. Jonathan David, he found himself in many good positions, but he can't buy a goal right now. And as someone who is rooting for him, I hope he's able to find his feet at Juventus. I thought he was going to, but it takes time sometimes. That chance in the first half that he missed, I think Kalulu played him in. He took a touch, and on the second touch where he was going to shoot it, he slipped, and he was right in front of the goal. Could have easily broke the deadlock and gave Jonathan David some confidence, but unfortunately he slipped. Moving on to the second half, it was Milan grew into the game. I think in the second half, Milan kind of took the game to Juventus. That second half they started very strong, very well, very lively, and they got a penalty out of it. And when Pulisic stepped up, especially in the form that he's in, especially the way that he's playing right now, you expect him to slot it one of the bottom 2 corners, but he skies it over the bar, and Milan's not able to take advantage of it. If you're Pulisic, you have to score that, especially in a game like this where I feel like one goal would have decided it. And I think if Pulisic scores that penalty, Milan wins this game. Nonetheless, Pulisic missed it. Shortly after, Milan made some subs, bringing in Loftus-Cheek and Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao had a decent cameo. Maybe he's not up to match fitness yet, but he provided some attacking threat to Milan. He had a great chance where he almost lobbed Di Gregorio all the way from the halfway line. And when I seen him hit that, I was like, I was hoping it would just go into the net, just lob into the net perfectly. Juventus also made attacking subs in the second half, bringing on Openda and Vlahovic and Thuram for Yildiz. Yildiz had a quiet game in the second half. I was kind of sad to see Yildiz and Pulisic both go out because I think they're both teams' most creative and exciting player. Nonetheless, they both put in attacking outlets, and both teams were going for it. I definitely do think this was a game of the midfield battle, and I think Milan came out on top. And it's because of this 40-year-old man, Luka Modric, who Allegri even says looks like a 20-year-old when he's training, who really bossed this game. It's just so crazy to me. Someone who's 40 years old, way past his prime, right? Obviously one of the best players of all time, one of the best midfielders of all time, still at the age of 40 in the Serie A. It's not like he's playing like in the Saudi league, no offense to Ronaldo, but it's not like he's playing in the Saudi league or MLS, no offense to Messi. He's doing it in the Serie A top 5 league in the world, and he's still, when he's on that pitch, you can tell he's the player with the most quality. Anytime Milan's in trouble, play to Modric. He's going to get out of it. Play to Modric. He's going to find the right pass. Man, that chance at the end. Milan kept on attacking. Juventus had their chances, but it was kind of half chances. They were putting in crosses for Vlahovic in the second half. Nothing was coming of it, especially Kostic when he came in. That's all he was trying to do. Bomb crosses into the box. Juventus wasn't going to get the end of anything. I think Openda hasn't started very well in his Juventus career. Last chance at the end, that was Milan's last chance to win it. Luka Modric makes a great touch past Locatelli. First time pass into the space, for Leao to run in behind, and Leao scuffs his shot. I don't know what he did. I don't know if he tripped. I don't know if he hit it against his own shoe. But you have to, come on, you have to threaten Diego Gregorio in that position. It is too easy. Once Milan missed that opportunity, or Leao missed that opportunity, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, that was it. That was it to win the game, because I don't think you're going to get another chance, and they did it. This match was Milan's for the taking. Obviously, if Pulisic scores his penalty, it's a different ball game. Leao scores that chance at the end, it's a different ball game. But out of both teams, I think Milan had the most clear-cut chances. Maybe they didn't threaten as much as Juve, but Juve had the ball, put in a lot of crosses, but they didn't really amount to anything. And getting a 0-0 draw at Juventus Stadium is you can never be upset about it if you're a Milan fan. For Juventus, like I said, that's 5 draws in a row. Oh man, they gotta bounce back after the international break and win some games. And hopefully they can figure out that striker situation. Because honestly, I know they've had issues with Vlahovic, but right now, I currently think he is the best striker they have. Openda and Jonathan David do not look up to par and to lead this line of attack. I definitely think they should give Vlahovic the keys again. In terms of the title race, I don't know. I think this leaves Milan in 3rd and Juve in 4th or 5th. Napoli and Roma are just above in 1st and 2nd. I think overall Milan is the better set up team. I think Juventus have too many cracks and they just play too indecisive. They're not clinical enough. I think AC Milan have a better chance for the title than Juventus. I think Juventus is going to be another similar, maybe 5th, 4 through like 6th. It's probably where I think they're going to finish. It was a good game nonetheless. A 0-0 result that did not feel like a 0-0 result. Both teams had chances. It was a great battle in the midfield. And I think this is what Italian football is all about. I think both keepers had a good game. Di Gregorio made a good save. Mike Maignan made a good save. Well, the 2 chances that Milan missed, the penalty and Leao, those were the most key factors in this match. I can't really name one from Juventus, which proves why Milan was the better team and honestly deserved to walk away with the 3 points. See what else holds for the rest of their season. And that's going to do it all for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.